So just like taking a zoom in on a couple of sections. I'll try the suitcase or luggage first. Again, you have the tools, resetting it just to black and white to start off with. I start off, but I can use the spacebar to move it over so it aligns to the top and the bottom right away, and try to match it on this side. You'll see the little icons. You're taking the direct selection, and this allows you to select one or separate ones to curve that in there nice and easy. Okay. Same with this, using a rectangle tool up at the top here for the handle. Okay, right now it's just a stroke with the handle. I'm just going to curve that off, even though it's not too curved. I'm just going to put a little curve in there, and maybe use the arrow key to bump it up and thicken up the handle there. So it's a stroke, it's not a shape, so I can't use the shape builder to build that, but I'll show you the way around that. And then again, taking a rectangle tool and just overlapping the shape here. Come back to one point because it uses the last size that you used before. And doing the same with this one. I'm going to draw a shape for this little stripy band that they have here, and take the direct selection tool and just shrink it up a little bit just to keep a shape. So I've gone from a shape to a line, and while this is selected, I'm going to take the reflect tool and just option and click and see it, copy it over, see if I can locate the center. So right now I don't have any ruler guides, but here's the center of the suitcase. So I'm going to put a ruler guide right in the center here, and now try the reflect tool and click with the option held down first, and click, and that sets the point of origin. Let's see if that does it. See, I don't see it happening there. Option it there. Horizontal. And so let me back out of here. I think I lost it. So selecting it first, thank you. And option, clicking on it, copy it. So now I have all the elements that I'm going to use. The only thing I have to modify is the handle. So I click the handle, and I'm going to go to Object, Path, and outline that stroke. So now it's a shape that I can use. And keep in mind that the selection tool also has the lasso tool as a selection option. But since I'm going to select all of the pieces here. So there they are. Here's the shape builder. And right now I'm just going to connect all of these together. Connect these guys together. Option is going to delete them. So I just option to get rid of these guys. Okay. So so far I have some of these connected, so I can connect these down this way and connect this up to the handle. And the reason you're trying to do that, at least understand that section, is to hopefully give yourself the option of printing this or making the shapes if you do something in an animation or something like that. So I'm going to take the stroke off of everybody, and now I have this piece. Okay, so there's all the sections. At least I thought I still had it there. Let's see. Again, if it's the shape, just select it to get the eyedrops. So here's the selection tool. Eyedrop for that one. Okay. And just go back. Shift key is going to select these three pieces separately just to show it to you. And builds that part up. And keep in mind, you do end up with a stroke after the fact, so you just want to keep that together. So here's this little travel van. And again, trying to use the curve option to help me is going to make it just a little bit easier. So I'm going to select this one, take off the fill. And again, try to start the square, but I'm going to line it up a little bit and connect it all the way to this side. Do this one too. It might help me with part of it, but if I'm off, I can always space bar it across. Here's this part. Take the direct selection tool to grab this corner point to extend it over here. So now I kind of have this shape, and I'm going to use the Unite tool under the path former. So that gives me that section. So now I have all these little curves. I can just click on them, and now I have the curved part of this van all set up pretty easily. Again, go for the shapes that are easy. Elliptical shape here. Smart Guide helps me line it up centrally. Spacebar to help me with the wheel. Make sure nothing's selected, and I can just go ahead and simply draw that shape in there. Shift key to select both of these circles. There they are. I just move it to show to you. And up at the top, just go ahead and hit the horizontal and vertical line tool, sets that up. And just Option and duplicate it over here. And then try to look for an easier way to construct the windows. Still do a triangle with this one. Let's start off with the square. And if you remember in the pen tool, there's a delete point, so just click on that anchor point. Make sure you click on the anchor point there. And now you have the windows set up. So again, here's the tools for this one. The shape builder. Option on this. And select these two. Shape builder for this one. Connects those two. These are all separate. Right now they're just overlapping shapes, which is fine. Can keep that. Select all the wheels. Just make sure they're in the front of it, which they already were. And then go ahead and select the inside one first with the eyedropper. And just use your keystrokes to quickly grab them. Just kind of going through it just to get some of the repetition in there. And there's your truck. Has a little exhaust on the bottom here. So make a circle. Switch it here. Zoom into it. And again, just trying to figure out the easiest way to put some of these together. I'm just going to build it up a little bit. Use that part right there. So I kind of have it mixed in here just to show it to you. There's a couple of points down below. So I'm going to try it with the pen delete anchor point tool. You can see it kind of curves off that way, or take this one off. It gives you that particular selection to it. And again, as you start to do your own, you'll see the best options that you have, so just grouping this one together. And then taking a look, trying to use the same idea with this bottle up at the top here. And you can use the rounded rectangle. You can already start with that one to help you out with that. Reset it so you can still see the construction of it. And depending on how you want to build this, I'll go with the rectangle. And again, starting that corner, going up to here, building that up, taking all of these shapes, just making sure they're vertical, and aligning them, connecting these two. You can kind of see the curve or the lack of it. just select the two of these anchor points and drop them down a little bit. And now just to curve all of this group here. And that curves all of them with the direct selection tool. And then take this labeling here. So now I have it all set up. So just go ahead and fill in the colors to it. Just gonna undo that one, do this one first. Backtrack a little bit. Okay. Now I have all the principal shapes. Just go ahead and use the Pathfinder with the option to take these two out. Okay, right there. Air bubbles. Let's put that on there. An option to duplicate them.